As you know, despite her parents' misgivings, Kate Beekman took a job in a nightclub because she was hurt in disappointment, had a driving need to find new activities in new surroundings. And why hasn't she told her parents that Gordon Webber operates the club? Well, she has a reason for that, too. Kate has every confidence in her ability to take care of herself in any situation. As we're about to learn, Kate's young confidence is far from justified. Now it's early afternoon, sometime after the close of our last episode, as inside the nightclub, Kate takes a tray of coffee from the kitchen.
Well, Kate.
Oh, you startled me, Mr. Webber.
You surprised me. You haven't stuck your nose outside the kitchen all day long.
I've been helping Chef Boland.
Yeah.
And I have to go right back as soon as I take this coffee to Miss Facina.
Well, give me that.
What?
Tony can wait for the coffee. Now, come on to my office. Come on, I want to talk to you. Well?
All right, Mr. Webber. I want to talk to you, too.
Oh? Got something on your mind? Well, that's just what I want, Katie. You got something on your mind, you come straight to Gordy. In fact, that's just what I wanted to tell you. Sit down, Katie. Go on.
Mr. Webber, I did come to you for help. I mean, in a way,
What's that mean?
Mr. Perry Mason phoned for reservations opening night. I happened to take his call.
What did you tell him?
I told him there weren't any more reservations.
Katie. And?
Well, I knew he'd be certain to see you on opening night, and he'd tell Pa I was working for you.
And Pa would cause trouble. Oh, Katie, I could kiss you. You really used your head, kid. You really did. Wait a minute.
Well, I only put him off, Mr. Webber. Sooner or later...
Yeah, wait a second, huh? Something here in my desk.
What?
There's a paper down here. I forgot I had to check. Okay. Now, let's see if I got this straight now.
I thought I explained.
Yeah, well, just to be sure we got it straight. Now, Perry Mason phoned for a reservation. You took the call. And you used your head, and you wanted to avoid trouble, so you did Gordy a big favor, right?
Yes, but
You told Mr. Mason there was no more reservations. I really want to thank you, Kate. It'll save trouble all around if Mason don't know I'm operating the club. But that still leaves us a problem, right?
Yes. I only put him off. Mr. Mason will probably come here sometime, so I thought...
Yeah? Well, go on, Katie.
Well, it's an awfully big favor to ask, Mr. Webber.
Now, Katie, how many times do I have to tell you I'm always glad to do you a favor? And maybe I can guess what you want. What if we wait a few days after we open up and everything's running smooth, so that I can be out of the place without everything going to pieces? I'll keep out of the way, and you ask Mr. Mason to come out. Once he comes here and looks the place over, and if you make it clear it's not easy for you to have visitors, he'll never come out again. That right?
Well, something like that, if you don't mind.
Mind? Honey, I want to help you every way I can. And I can help you a lot, honey. You're going to find out. Gordy's the best friend you ever had. You see that now, don't you?
Well,
Well, sure you do. And... Oh, excuse me.
That sounds like a telephone, but is it the one on your desk?
No, the one in my desk. This private line.
Well, I'll leave.
No. You stay right where you are. Yeah.
This is J.T., Gordy.
I didn't expect anybody else to call me on this line.
You're lighthearted today.
Yeah, I feel just great.
Oh, then you don't need my congratulations, but I'll give them to you anyway. You and August are doing a fine job.
Well, thanks.
Gus especially is doing well.
Yeah, well, he's okay as long as I keep after him.
Well, that may be a factor. However, you have more to do than ride herd on Gus. You ready to open the club?
Yeah, everything's lining up.
And?
Huh?
I gave you a special assignment. I asked you to become friendly with Miss Beekman, but you haven't mentioned her, Gordon.
Well, there's a good reason why I haven't. I'll tell you all about it when I see you. I'm talking to one of the employees now. Miss Beekman. Well, her name means nothing to you.
Is she there?
Yeah, one of the employees came to me with a problem, and I'm helping her out.
Are you playing another trick, Gordy? This is an interesting development. I want to hear about it. I'll be there at 2 o'clock. I'll see you, Gordy. Carry on with what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the interruption, Katie.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Weber.
Well, you run along back to Mr. Boland now, huh?
I want to thank you, Mr. Weber.
Any time, Katie. Any time at all. Any time at all, little girl.
Well, Gordy wouldn't feel like laughing if he could hear what we're about to hear. Jake Jacobson, newspaper columnist, and Perry Mason's friend, has entered a courtroom in Civil Court building. And seeing the court is in recess, and seeing Mr. Mason for the moment alone at his counsel table, Jake goes to speak to him.
Hi, Mr. Mason.
Jake, sit down.
Thanks. How's it going?
Fine. How's Helen? How's Jimmy?
Just swell. How's it with you?
You asked me that a minute ago. Everything is still fine.
Della okay?
Just fine.
Uh-huh. And Gertie, she okay?
Swell.
And everything's fine with you? Mr. Mason, I very carefully refrained from asking you about that big insurance job. The insurance companies who retained you to investigate the auto theft syndicate. I haven't asked you about the investigation. I'm a newspaper man. My business is news. The investigation of a crime syndicate is news, especially when you're fighting them, but I haven't asked you one single question, have I?
Oh, no, you haven't.
I'm showing great restraint.
Stout fellow, Jake.
But if you had anything to tell me, I'd certainly listen. I'd certainly do that, Mr. Mason. I mean, if you have anything to tell me.
Nothing now, Jake.
Is it in the works?
Yes. I'll let you know when I have something to tell you. But meanwhile...
Well, how you doing?
Just fine.
Wish I was doing fine. I got to break some unhappy news to Helen.
Oh?
Yeah, the newspaper's flying me down to Miami for a beauty contest. I got to leave today. Of course, I don't mind it personally.
No. But Helen objects? It doesn't sound like
No,
Helen.
she wouldn't care. Only we were going out on the town tonight. Got a babysitter all lined up. Helen's got a new dress. I just phoned for the reservations.
Oh, where?
New place opening up. Place called Tony's. Now I got to tell Helen it's all off until I get... Yeah?
What is the name of the place?
Nightclub?
Yeah.
Tony's. It's out of town a ways. They're want to specialize in good food. Why?
Place out on the coastal highway?
Yeah, what?
I just wondered. When did you get your reservations, Jake?
This morning. Well, about noon.
Huh. Jake, did you get a reservation as a newspaper man, or...
No, I didn't identify myself. Far as I know, any Joe Blow can get reservations. Well, what's it all about?
Well, nothing in particular. A friend of mine is employed at the club. Audrey and Ed Beekman's daughter.
Oh, that real pretty red-haired gal.
Mm-hmm.
So?
Look, Jake, do me a favor, will you? A small favor.
Yeah, sure.
Don't cancel your reservation yet.
Okay. You want it?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Oh, well, we're going back in session. Look, Jake, I'll phone you later in the day.
As you know, Gordon Weber is very much involved with the crime syndicate Perry Mason's investigating. In fact, the nightclub where Kate works is actually the secret meeting place and headquarters of the syndicate. And now Perry Mason has reason to start thinking about that nightclub. Well, you'll join us tomorrow, won't you?